Oh, hey, welcome back to On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyholic, the guy who saw Batman Returns in the theater. I am the Mad Montreal Man. And yes, editor, this is an actual Batman Returns magazine they sold way back when at the movie theater. And I've kept it for all these years. So was this action figure. And I'm being generous, call it action figure. This was an actual toy they sold back in those days. It's just a rubber thingy. That's all it is. It's a rubber thing, and it's kind of cool. But yeah. Interesting magazine. I'm just saying. I'm glad I've kept this all these years. This I've managed to keep in pretty good shape as well, except the face is starting to peel a little bit. But we're not here for this kind of action figure. No, we're here for some true McFarlane action figures. Because after all, this is Batman Returns again. Because I'm pretty sure we've already gotten some Batman Returns action figures before. However, these are the theatrical deluxe editions. Kind of cool. So we got 4 today. We're going to have, of course, Max Schreck, Christopher Walken, Red Platinum. We have Danny DeVito as the Penguin. And probably one of the sexiest Catwomen of all time, Michelle Pfeiffer as the Catwoman. And I know some people think he's their favorite Batman. Michael Keaton as Batman. We'll get to that in a little bit. But what do you say? I love Christopher Walken. What do you say we do the thing that drives mint and package people crazy? That's right. I'm going to get out my friend, your friend, the one, the only, the steel blade of justice. Dr. Scalpel. Ooh, like how he reflects the light. So shiny. And let's take Max. Ow! First cut is the deepest. Can't do the song because it'd be copyright infringement. Let's get Max out of the package and throw in a close-up, and we'll be back right after that. Well, here's the card, and I don't normally do this, but I'm going to read you the card. The sequel to Batman pits the Caped Crusader against his most fiendish opponents yet, the evil Penguin and the sinuous and mysterious Catwoman. It doesn't mention Max Schreck at all on the back of the card. You just got his picture there. A little disappointed that we only got the movie card. It would be nice to get a picture of Max Schreck himself for the card. That's besides the point. Now, he also comes with the head. Yes, if you saw the movie, spoilers, at the end of the movie, Catwoman literally kisses Max Schreck, takes a taser and raw wet and goes, nyeh, Yeah, unrealistic, but it is kind of a cool, ghoulish head. It is kind of cool. And that brings us to the figure, because apart from the base, there's nothing else he comes with. No spare hands, nothing else. So the figure right off the bat. Now, that is a pretty good Christopher Walken likeness. I do like the head sculpt on this guy. Even though my favorite Christopher Walken movie is probably Seven Psychos, I'd like to get an action figure of that one. That'd be kind of fun. But it is Max Schreck from the movies. Now, posability, articulation, it's limited. He has one of these soft rubbers, so there's no real torso there, just the uniform that hangs down. A little bit of cost saving there. I do like the look of the jacket, though. Basically, it's a statue. There's really not much articulation. Once again, I know it sounds mean to say, but McFarlane Toys, whenever they do a jacketed figure, you always got this like extra space there. If it was me, I would actually add a little bit of more rubber so it hangs down a bit more. More of a Stetson style coat, but there is Max. There's Max Schreck, definitely. Oh, one more thing too. He stands on the base funny. I've tried different ways to get him to stand, but one leg's always going to go up, so I kind of keep his legs as close together. You probably saw that in the close-up, that his 1 foot slightly off the floor. That's okay. He's going to go on a shelf with all the other movie Batmans we have. Let's put Max to the side. Let's continue with the Penguin. That's right. Now, there's another set of action figures from this movie. It's the Penguins that actually go with the Penguin. I don't have them. There's also the Penguin Mobile. I don't have that either. What I'm thinking about doing, because it was suggested to me, was to make an Amazon page, like a public wish list, of action figures that I don't have, that I might want, or that maybe you guys might want to review. So if I do that, it'll be down in the description below. This way, if you want me to do a figure you haven't seen, you'll go to Amazon, you'll see it there, and you can go, okay, I'm going to send them that figure. Okay? And if you see an action figure you think I might want, well, you'll have the link to my Amazon wish list and so forth, yada, yada, yada. But let's finish taking Danny DeVito out of the package, and we'll be back after his close-up. The card is exactly the same as the card you got with Max Schreck. There's nothing new, nothing detailed about the Penguin. The only difference is he's got his picture in the corner. That's it. Now, he does come with accessories apart from the base. He comes with the umbrella. He comes with the base. He comes with the hat. Now, the hat, it is nice that we have a hat that can be taken off. However, when you put him on the shelf, don't be surprised if that happens. The hat doesn't fit his head exactly very well. It just pops off when you put him down. And of course, the soft, good jacket. That I do like, because you can sort of close it. You can't really close it all the way, but you can kind of close it. It's a shame it's not a wired jacket, because it would have been kind of cool to make it a wired jacket, but hey, it is what it is. Now, overall, that is one of the creepiest faces I've seen on an action figure. I mean, it's just creepy. It's Danny DeVito. It's creepy. It really is a creepy face. Yeah, 3D effect. Now, if you're into the movie collectibles, this is definitely a movie you're going to collect because it's a classic movie. When it came out, it was a sequel to the first real super movie in a long time. So yeah, it's definitely collectible. Articulation, well, as you can tell, it's not going to have much articulation. Solid gut, no ab crunch at all. But it is a really good likeness of Danny DeVito as the Penguin. And I think that's the whole point with the theatrical releases he's doing. It's more like, can we get the face of the actor to look good? And in this case, it is Danny DeVito as the Penguin. And he is relatively short, which also makes sense. So he's not a 7-inch action figure. He's a short guy. But then again, so is Danny DeVito. Yeah, Danny DeVito. I remember him as Lou from Taxi. That was a great, hilarious TV series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it was a hilarious taxi series set in a taxi garage in New York City. You never saw them in a taxi, ever. But let's not digress. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Next, we have what a lot of people call the definitive Catwoman. I grew up with Julie Newmar, followed by Eartha Kitt. I went back and looked at the previous Catwoman before that. But to me, Julie Newmar was Catwoman. Then this movie came out. And I fumbled a bit there. It happens. I'm not going to cut it out. Catwoman. Now, this is why I ordered these. I wanted Catwoman. I guess I ordered everything else too at the same time. Because even I have to admit, even though I wasn't a fan of Tim Burton movies, I really wasn't. I saw Batman in the theater at the premiere. I remember Montreal had a water tower with the Batman logo on it. They did the same thing for Batman Returns. So I did go to the premiere of this way back when in Montreal. And I went, wow, she is a good Catwoman. Gorgeous, too. The outfit was gorgeous. The fact that she taught herself how to use a bullwhip, I'll be honest, it was a bit of a comic book turn-on, okay? But let's get Dr. Scalpel out. And we'll be gentle, because it is Catwoman, and we don't want to hurt Michelle Pfeiffer. Meow. Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother taking the card out, because I guarantee you the card will be the same as the other cards. But let's finish taking her out of the package. I do like the fact that, at least with Michelle Pfeiffer, the base and the card aren't stuck to the back of the box like the other two. They should do that more often. This way you keep your box looking really nice and shiny. So I'm going to finish taking her out, toss in a close-up, and we'll be back right after that.
In audio.
Just because it has her face. She does come with the whip and the taser. Yeah, it's just this little black little taser thing. That's it. One thing I will tell you for the whip, I do suggest you put it through her hand, starting through this, because I don't know. I feel like if I move this hand too much, it was gonna break. But let's get to it, shall we? Oh, and once again, on the base, she just stands really high. I think what McFarlane's done is the holes for the feet lately are smaller, so you really have to get in there. So the bases work now, but they give you weird floating leg syndrome. But I don't care about that right now because she is gorgeous. I love the details in the boots. The fact that they duplicated some of the stitching. The claw. I mean, that is a gorgeous claw. The corset. I mean, there's no ab crunch, of course, but that corset is fantastic. The face sculpt is also there. I really am happy with this figure. It's a shame we don't have alternate hands. Would have been nice. Or what I really would have loved to seen is alternate heads. Like one version of the head with the hair kind of popping out. Maybe an unmasked, Catwoman head would have been nice as well. But it is a gorgeous action figure. I mean, it has that shine to it. It has the detail. It makes me think Michelle Pfeiffer. And I'm happy I got it. This is, of course, out of all the movie action figures I have, and I've got a few now, which is kind of ironic because I never was into movie action figures that much. But besides the point, she is, obviously, front of the shelf. Yes, because she is gorgeous. I love the look of her. Yeah, it's yep, definitely a Catwoman that I'm going to like. Alright, let's put her off to the side. Which leaves us only one figure for today. Michael Keaton himself as the Batman. Now, before the editor puts anything up, I remember Michael Keaton as a comedic actor. I mean, Mr. Mom. So when they announced Michael Keaton as Batman, I was kind of like, what the heck? Because I actually thought they were going to do Frank Miller's Dark Knight as a movie, and I was thinking Ron Ely. Ron Ely, well, this guy here, was a guy who played superheroes. He was Doc Savage. He looked like an older Bruce Wayne. He was built. He was buff. Then they said Tim Burton, and I'm like, Tim Burton? So it's not going to be a Frank Miller movie. No. It's not going to be a Dark Knight Returns movie. It's just going to be a Batman movie. So I saw Batman in the theater. And see, this one, the card stuck to the box. And I remember seeing it go, it was fun. It was enjoyable. But it was one of those movies, the more I watched it, the more I kind of went, I don't really like the humor as much. The weirdness kind of wore on me. Many years later now, I look back on it going, okay, for its time, it was a pretty fun movie. It was a take on Batman that I can appreciate now. Back then, it was like, okay, it was fun, but I want something more serious. I still want a really serious Batman movie. One day, maybe, we'll get one. We've come close, but no. But as for Michael Keaton, I thought he's kind of short. I mean, Batman's supposed to be like this tall guy. Michael Keaton's he makes me look tall. Okay? But, for the most part, I kind of got it. He got into the character very well. I give him credit for that. And I also thought he was great in the Birdman movie. If you haven't seen the Birdman movie, this movie here, find it. It's a great movie. It's a fun movie. Michael Keaton's good at it. And as an actor, he's actually become a really good actor since then. My problem was, I remember him as being Mr. Mom. I don't think of him that way anymore. I don't. But what do you say I finish taking Michael Keaton, Batman, out of the package, throw in, close up, and we'll be back right after that.
In audio.
you saw the close-up, I figured why not, took the card out. Once again, nothing new with the card. He does come with accessories, though. He comes with the grappling gun, which we've seen before, a somewhat movie-accurate giant batarang. He comes with a left sort of trigger finger, and of course, the right trigger finger. But here he is. Oh, it comes with the base, and weird, once again, this is the bases now, or they work, they hold them up, but they give them weird poses. Yeah. But yeah. I do like the fact that there's some new sculpting in the details in the shoe. I like that. All the way up top, all the way here. And that is a pretty good looking Michael Keaton jawline. The cape is wired. I like that. Now, articulation, you're not buying this guy to be articulated very much. He's limited. The head doesn't move. You can't even do the iconic pose unless you literally do this. You literally have to... But even then, it's kind of awkward looking, so you can't do the Michael Keaton, leans his shoulders back, because you have to lean the entire torso back. And there's no head movement. All that head is locked in that position, so you have him locked looking that way. Like I said, these are more like statues, which is kind of why you're buying them anyway, because let's be honest, they're going to go on a shelf. You're not playing with these, but it is a cool looking Batman figure. When it comes to the Michael Keaton Batmans, that is the best head sculpt I've seen so far from a McFarlane toy. I've seen bootlegs that have really nice sculpts, but they're bootlegs, not official, and they're also 12 inches. And I don't have any, I just seen them. But that is a, Michael Keaton, but as you can see, I've had to lean him forward, because on the base, just the way he is, he stands funny. But let's put him more straight. There we go. Yeah. Now, is he my favorite Batman of all time? Action figure wise, no. Movie wise, no. But he's grown on me. And the nice thing is too is if you put him next to Catwoman, it shows there's a slight size difference. But it is a nice looking combination. I do admit it's going to look nice on the shelf. I believe I have to watch my videos. I believe I bought the Batman Returns vehicle, or did I not? No, I got the Batman Forever one, I think. Okay, well, I know I have one of the Batman movie vehicles. So yeah, there they are. There's the Batman Catwoman combo. And I hate to admit to it, I would have loved to see another movie where Batman and Catwoman actually team up. We never got that movie. We got the Val Kilmer Batman. Then we got the George Clooney Batman. It's a bit of a shame. Even when I was watching the Flash movie, I was hoping that maybe she would make an appearance. Like, Bruce Wayne's in his house, Selina Kyle walks in. That would have been amazing. That would have made the Flash movie worthwhile seeing, just to see her walk back in and there's Bruce in civilian clothes. Didn't happen. But that's it for the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for subscribing. Please comment and share the videos. EB Games is an Instagram. I'll put the link down below, so send them a link to the show, especially if you like the show. Shout out to the guys at EB Games. Hey, Chris, Casey, Miles, Bob, AJ, the rest. Thank you guys so much for being a great store. Thank you, of course, to my #1 fan, Shane. Thank you for watching this show for so long. You're one of the reasons why I do this show every week, so thank you for that. And that's pretty much it. To think we went from that to this, well, the toy industry has improved a lot. But I'm still keeping this guy. And that's it for the show. So until next week, please do your best for your body, your mind, and your emotional well-being. Do your best to stay healthy. And of course, when you get a Catwoman that looks so good, it's a good way to stay happy. And as Christopher Walken quite often says, you got to do your best to stay positive. And we'll see you guys. Yes, I know it's a horrible Christopher Walken improv. I can't do his voice anymore. But do your best to stay positive. And we'll see you guys next week for another episode of on the peg. Surprise! I'm still here. This is not a Batman toy. It's not a DC Multiverse toy, but for some reason, because of my daughter, I started buying these for her, and I still pick them up when they're a $5 Friday deal. So I picked up another one. Yes, I don't know why. I now have a collection of these. I never pay full price. I only pick them up on $5 Fridays. Another good thing about EB Games. But what do you say? Might as well get her out of the package, toss in a close-up, and then we'll wrap up the show with something a little bit more silly, I guess. No comment from the editor. And this is Ramirez. From that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I haven't watched that anime or read the manga. I think Nicole has. I don't know. But let's take a look, shall we? Yep. Alright, a lot of cardboard. A lot of cardboard. A lot of tape. But none of those plastic things that Dr. Scalpel hates so much. Alright, so I'm going to assemble her and throw in a close-up. Back after that. Well, there she is. I'm happy I only paid $5 for her because when I was putting her together, that wing broke. Nice sculpted detail work. I'm sure someone who has glue that works really well and has patience can glue. I just use Scotch tape to put the wing back on. One of the problems with these statues is that they break. They do break. But if you're a fan of the anime and you like cute things, there you go. Because eventually you're going to get these. Like it or not, kiddo. I love you, but yeah. It's going to go on the shelf, and that's it for the show. So once again, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive, and we'll see you next week for another episode of On the Peg. And let's throw in a whole bunch of bloopers, okay? Because I know Shane likes the bloopers, and so do a few other people. So here are the bloopers. But we got more of them. We got 4, but these are the theatrical release ones. Makes a difference. So, today, all that's gone. You think it would have been kind of cool to have a card that actually had Max Schreck on it. Instead, we got the movie poster card. Doesn't really say much. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to read you the card. The sequel to Batman puts the Caped Crusader against the most fiendish opponents yet. The evil Penguin and the sinuous and mysterious Catwoman. Doesn't mention Max Schreck at all. That's it. That's his only picture. They could put that on a card. But it comes with the card. Comes with the I've been electrified by the Taser Kiss head. If you know the movie, you know that was what happens to him. Catwoman kisses him, and spoiler if you haven't seen the movie. But yeah, kind of unbelievable, but it's a good horror head. I give him credit for that. Now, as for Max himself, well, that does make me think of Christopher Walken's face. It is a good likeness of Christopher Walken. You know, even though it's not Christopher Walken's best role, I loved him in Seven Psychos. I'd love to get an action figure of that, Kevin. I would like to get a blooper again. Ugh, shit. It's gonna be one of those days. The card is exactly the same as the first card. I get the feeling they didn't feel like doing anything specific about the Penguin. It's just the same movie card. Now, he does come with accessories, the umbrella and the hat. Now, the hat does come off. Woo! It doesn't sit on his head very well, so when you put him on the shelf, don't be surprised if the hat just kind of does that. But it's nice the fact we actually have a hat. Fuck it, the hat! Well, there's the card, and I don't do this very often, but I'm going to read you what it says on the back of the card. The sequel to Batman, and Batman's in quotes, pits the Cape Crusader against his most fiendish opponents yet, the evil Penguin. And the hey, you can't read. Take it over again. Cut.